In the void, this line, very important line. In the void, he saw throne, the omniscience, the supreme. In the void, there is the omniscience. Where is God not present? We don't have the eyes to see Him. But even in the shunya, in the cipher, in the zero, in this void, there is the presence. There is God. In the void, He saw throned the omniscient, supreme, the highest possible knowledge will is present there, you see. Now, metrically, as I said earlier, this is a little tricky kind of a line also. It's a tricky line. See, I will scan at the first foot simply in the void as an abyss, short, long. He saw throned. I will not give so much stress on saw. Although it can be he saw throned, but then the charm of the line goes away, you see. He saw throned. That is an anapest again, you see. He saw throned. The omni, third anapest. So you have got consecutively three anapests there, you see. Anapest. Omniscience, spirit, and supreme. I am. Rocky, you see. Well, supreme can be also an I am. Supreme. So he saw now that possibility already there present in creation. A will, a hope immense. Now sees his heart. See, that is the whole beauty of it. It doesn't keep quiet now with that realization. A will, a hope immense. Now sees his heart. Now this is a powerful will. W is capital. A hope immense now sees his arm, and to discern the superhuman's form, he raises eyes to unspiritual high. So he is climbing up now, spiritual high, aspiring to bring down a greater world. See, he does not lose his focus. He does not lose his context. A will, a hope immense now sees his heart. So he is now climbing up again with that thing, you see. He raised his eyes to unseen spiritual heights, aspiring to bring down a greater world. You see, everywhere Sribandu is very particular about his objective, about his yoga, about his sadhana, what is going to be the fate of him. To bring down a greater world. That is the entire crux of Savitri. The whole of Savitri is actually meant for that, to bring down a greater world. You see. This phrase is most powerful phrase. Bring down a greater world. You see. That is his will now. He is going up individually. You see. A brighter, heavenlier sun must illumine the dusk, etc. We'll move on further. You see. His height repelled the lowness of earth. These are descriptions now. Only the beginnings are accomplished here with all that thing, you see. But he has to do a lot of work now, you see. And then there is no perfect answer to our hopes. That is the condition at the moment in which he has to work. There are blind, voiceless doors, voiceless doors, and he has to cross them without key, you see. There is a provender for the mind's society. There are thrills to the place, you see. And then, for all we have acquired, soon loses worth. That is the transient nature of our gains, of our attainments. We acquire, but then it loses its significance. You have done great things, all right. You have built up big empires, you have built up big philosophies, you have built up big literatures and all that thing. But ultimately they are very small things in the totality of things. See. So loses worth and all disvalued credit in time's bank. It goes away in that thing. See. He saw the doubtfulness of all things here. So he's coming down to the problem that There is a doubtfulness of all things here, you see. Saw the doubtfulness of all things here, you see. So he is trying, but again it may not work. It may fail also. The incertitude of man's proud, confident thought, the transcendence of vision, a thinking being and thinking world. A thinking being and thinking worm, an island in the sea of unknown, an island in the sea of unknown, of all things here, the incertitude. And yet, a greater destiny may be his. That is the hope. The path is clear. He is very sure about that. Yet, a greater destiny may be his. For the eternal spirit is his truth. Obviously. So, that greater spirit is not going to be happy with small little things here. It has to make progress. It has to come into play here in a greater and greater way in his creation. You see. And yet, a greater destiny may be his, may be his. He has to do sadhana for that. He has to do yoga for that to achieve it. In fact, that is the greatest hope. That is the greatest hope for him. Yes, there are uncertainties, there are doubts. Things may happen, may not happen at all. You will be constantly haunted by these ideas and all that thing. But then there is something within him. Yes, this is not what is all I am here for. I got a greater destiny, a greater power must come here into existence here. He can recreate himself and around him and fashion new the world which he lives. Fashion new. You see, that is the whole purpose of the yoga, of the yogi particularly. Yogi Ashwapati's purpose is that basically. Fashion new world in which he lives. He, ignorant, is a knower beyond time. He is the self about nature, about fate. So fate is not going to limit him at all, you see. Nature is not going to limit him at all, you see. There is a hope for him. His soul retired from all that he had done. Therefore, naturally, the soul retires from all that he has done so far. All the great achievements which he has got, the siddhis which he has attained, he retires from them. His soul retired from all that he has done. It's a tremendous line actually. Hush futile din. The silence was the sole companion. Yeah, impassive. A call was on him from intangible heights. Yeah, he cannot retire. There is a call from him. Indifferent to the little outpost of mind, he dwelled in the wideness of eternal realm. His being now exceeded thinkable space. His boundless thought was never to cosmic sight. A universal light was in his eyes. A universal light was in his eyes. Already there, that great achievement is there. A golden influx flowed through heart and brain. A golden influx through heart and brain. The physical has opened to the supramental. The physical has opened to supramental, you see. A golden influx flowed through heart and brain. The mind of light is established, you see here. That is the siddhi of the mind of light already, see. A force came down into the mortal limb, a current from the eternal seas of bliss. He felt in vision and nameless joy. Aware of his occult omnipotent soul. You see, he is aware of his occult omnipotent source. Therefrom he has come. He is aware of that thing, you see. Yeah. Allured with a cosmic ecstasy, but he has come here for that purpose. A living center of the illimitable. He turned to his immense spiritual fate. With that mind of light, with that influx, the golden influx, he now turns towards a higher possibility. Abandoned on a canvas of torn air, the immobile ocean silence saw him pass. The immobile ocean silence saw him pass. An arrow leaping to eternity suddenly shot from the tense bow of time. A ray returning to its parent sun. And then we have got a wonderful line here. Death lay beneath him like a gate of sleep. With that golden influx in his heart and brain, death is now lying beneath his feet, you see. He has conquered death completely, you see. Death lay beneath him like a gate of sleep. It is through that gate he will go to the higher planes of consciousness, you see. Sleep, sushupti, divine knowledge, pratnya. To a few is given that godlike rare release. Well, that's all right. Let him, let him, let him, let him have that release. See. As I told you last time, the Gita also speaks of that. You see, in the deep cosmic murmur, falling still, he lives in the hush. He lives in the hush before the world was born. See, he has transcended this creation. He is now in the silence, deep silence that comes to see. He lives in the hush before the world was born. See. Hush, silence, without any expression. Without any expression, completely. See. He lives in the hush before the world. See, that is necessary also. He has to go to that point. If something new has to happen, it can happen only when you are in that state of hush, when you can really receive the true knowledge, true power, true light in a silence. Otherwise, you will keep on interfering with that, you see. All the deep murmur falling still, he lives in the hush before the world was born. What a terrific line this thing is saying. Before the world was born, his soul left naked to the timeless one. Far from compulsion of created things, compulsion of created things. He is not now anymore compelled by them. Thought and the shadowy at all disappear. The molds of form and person are undone. The ineffable whiteness knows him for its own. Yes, he is my own thing. A nameless marvel fills the motionless hour. A nameless marvel fills the motionless hour. What a line. A nameless marvel fills the motionless hour. We have got I am, I am, I am. Last thing is Anapist. His spirit mingles with eternity's heart and bear the silence of the infinite, because he is now in that hush already, where from things have born him. And then in a divine retreat, from mortal thought, yes, he is in a state of divine thinking, divine consciousness constantly, in a divine retreat from mortal thought. In a prodigious gesture of soul sight, he is being towered into pathless height, naked of his vesture of humanity. So there is no trace of humanity now at all in him. It has gone away completely. Naked of humanity's vesture, he is completely.